Are you tired of just compounding your money and hoping for slow growth over decades? What if I told you there is a blueprint to engineer passive income that actively accelerates your wealth far beyond traditional methods? Most people are taught to save, invest, and wait 40 years. But in today's world, waiting is a risky strategy. If you don't want to spend your entire life just hoping to be wealthy one day, then this video is the blueprint you absolutely must have. In the next few minutes, I am going to reveal a true financial engineering system that will help you create passive growth that feeds itself. Do not take your eyes off the screen. If you miss even one component of this machine, your financial engine will never even start. You will be left running on a treadmill that goes nowhere. It is time to stop wishing and start engineering. Think about your current financial life for a moment. You earn a salary, you pay your bills, and maybe you have a little left over for savings. Most people see wealth as a simple, straight line of earning and waiting. But the people who truly win the game of money are not just waiting for time to pass. They are converting cash flow into ownership on purpose. Imagine filling a high-performance car with premium gas, but the fuel tank has a dozen tiny holes. The engine isn't even connected to the wheels in this scenario. That is exactly how most people handle their finances every single day. They have income, but they have no functioning engine to drive it. We don't need more get-rich-quick theories to follow. We need a reliable income engine. The first major phase of building this engine is reclaiming your fuel by stopping the leaks. You cannot power a high-performance machine with a broken fuel line. Most people think wealth is only about how much you earn. However, the hard truth is that even a seven-figure income will fail if your costs rise alongside it. This is the phenomenon called lifestyle creep. A bigger car payment, a nicer apartment, and more streaming subscriptions consume your potential. Your portfolio might grow, but your expenses are growing much faster. Eventually, you will feel like investing doesn't work at all. It is not the investing that failed. It is your internal system. To start your engine, you must become a forensic accountant of your own life. You need to list every single recurring charge in your bank statement. Every $5 app, every forgotten premium service, and every high-interest payment matters. These are not just small costs in the grand scheme of things. They are precious engine fuel that you are burning for no reason. Let's look at a specific real-world example. If you audit your statement and find $200 a month in leaks, you have found a gold mine. You haven't just saved $200. You have found the seed for your first component. In the world of an income engine, that money is a powerful tool. You are reclaiming the power to buy back years of your life. Every single leak should be treated like a broken pipe in your house. Fix the leaks before you try to add more pressure. If you move that $200 every month into a dividend ETF with a 4% yield, something changes. You've just created $96 of passive income in your very first year. It sounds small, but you've just hired your first digital worker who works for free. This worker doesn't sleep, doesn't eat, and never asks for a raise. This is the beginning of the ownership conversion move. Most people fail here because they don't have a specific lane for their money. They cut expenses, feel good for a week, and then the money disappears again. It stays in their checking account and gets spent on random items. To fix this permanently, you need a dedicated engine lane. This is a separate account, disconnected from your daily spending. The moment your reclaimed money is identified, it must flow into this lane automatically. Automation is not an optional feature. It is the ignition of the entire system. If you rely on human willpower, you will eventually skip a month. Life gets chaotic, and you will find excuses to spend that fuel elsewhere. Engines do not negotiate with their operators, and neither should your automation. Now you must use the money in that lane to buy actual ownership. Ownership means you own a piece of the value that the world creates. You are no longer just a user. You are a builder and a shareholder. Consumption is a dead end because the value ends at the point of purchase. Ownership is a loop that continues to provide value over time. Let's look at another real-world engineering move to clarify the difference. If you spend $1,000 on a new laptop just for gaming, that is pure consumption. However, if you spend that same $1,000 on a specialized certification, the math changes. This certification might allow you to charge $20 more per hour at your job. If you work 1,000 hours a year, that small investment just produced $20,000 in additional cash flow. That is how you feed an engine with high-octane fuel. You are not just saving, you are strategically deploying capital to increase system pressure. Every dollar you spend should be evaluated by its ability to produce more dollars. This shift in perspective is what separates the wealthy from the middle class. Let's look at another real-world engineering move to clarify the difference. If you spend $1,000 on a new laptop just for gaming, that is pure consumption. However, if you spend that same $1,000 on a specialized certification, the math changes. This certification might allow you to charge $20 more per hour at your job. If you work 1,000 hours a year, that small investment just produced $20,000 in additional cash flow. That is how you feed an engine with high-octane fuel. You are not just saving, you are strategically deploying capital to increase system pressure. Every dollar you spend should be evaluated by its ability to produce more dollars. This shift in perspective is what separates the wealthy from the middle class. This is where the top 1% separate themselves from everyone else. Most people spend their passive income to feel rich today. If their stocks pay a $500 dividend, they immediately go out for a fancy dinner. They have just killed their engine's momentum before it could even start. Engine builders do something much more effective. They reinvest the output using the growth lane and the freedom lane rule. In the beginning, 100% of your output should go back into the growth lane. If your dividend ETF pays you $10, that money must buy more shares. This creates a snowball effect where the engine starts feeding itself. This is deliberate engineering, not just passive compounding. What specific assets should you actually aim to own in 2026? We're not looking for temporary hype. We're looking for long-term scalability. The first category is digital real estate, such as automated newsletters or niche websites. These assets capture attention and convert it into value while you are sleeping. The second category is creator economy leverage, where you solve a specific problem. Think of a digital product or a guide that you build once and sell 1,000 times. The third category is AI-powered systems that deliver services faster through automation. All these assets must be systemized to function without your constant physical presence. If it requires you to be there every second, it is not an engine. It must be able to produce value through a repeatable process. As your engine starts to hum, you will encounter a silent killer called drift. Drift happens the moment you stop measuring your system's performance. This is why the most successful people in the world love boring weekly reviews. You need a 10-minute engine review every single week without fail. You must check 3 core numbers during this time. How much cash did I recover from leaks this week? How much did I successfully convert into the engine lane? How much output did my existing assets produce for me? If those numbers are moving up, you are winning the game. If they are flat, you have a bottleneck that needs to be fixed. By running this process, you stop guessing and start knowing. Scaling is the final stage of the engineering process. Scaling is not about doing more things. It's about removing what slows you down. A major bottleneck for most people is inconsistent financial input. If your engine lane is random, your final results will be random too. Another common bottleneck is scattered focus across too many projects. Do not try to start 5 different income streams at the same time. That is how you create chaos instead of a functioning engine. Build one stream, make it stable, and make it predictable first. Only then should you stack the next component onto your system. Consistency is the true multiplier in this financial equation. Complexity without consistency is just stress wearing a fancy outfit. Eventually, the output from your assets will reach a critical point. This is the moment when your passive income covers all your basic expenses. We call this the moment of financial sovereignty. You don't stop working because you are lazy or bored. You stop working because you no longer work in a state of panic. You now work from a position of true power and choice. You built your way there through engineering and discipline, not luck.